boy just drew a circle on the ground, and the ducks went in. Then he pointed to the river and shouted. The ducks dashed into the river again. Then he ordered the ducks to line up in 2 rows, but they did it again and bowed to him in unison. While the crowd was stunned by this scene, suddenly, half of a dragon's robe appeared on the surface of the river. The crowd was dumbfounded. They realized that the boy was the reincarnation of a real dragon. But 18 years later, the boy grew up and became a beggar by the roadside. Every day, he relied on the black silk of passing beauties to heal his broken heart. Just when David was having a good time, an announcement suddenly appeared on the screen of the square. It turned out that the richest family's daughter was suffering from a terminal illness. If someone can cure her, not only can he marry her, but he can also inherit the richest man's billions of dollars in assets. Everyone knows that the richest girl is as beautiful as a flower. They were eager to find a doctor to cure her. At that moment, the second daughter of the richest man approached them. She said if anyone could cure her sister, she would grant her any wish on the spot. The gangsters in the crowd, seeing the beauty of the second daughter's skin, started to play tricks on the girl. But the next moment, the girl slapped him away. When the girl left, she saw the poor beggar and gave him some money. David saw that the second lady is kind-hearted. He said he could fulfill one of her wishes, but she said he was just a beggar who didn't have enough to eat. How could he help others to fulfill their wishes? Then she advised David to find a job and stop bragging. David then showed her his power. Seeing that he was so powerful, he brought him home to save his sister. But the people thought David was a beggar, so they thought he was here to cheat her. David calmly went up and checked his sister's pulse. Then he listened to her chest and knew she had a heart attack. But the doctor said he had never heard of this kind of disease. He said David was talking nonsense. David then explained that this disease is extremely rare. The chances of it happening were 1 in a billion and only he could cure it. David immediately asked them to prepare a large bathtub filled with warm water at 50 degrees. At that moment, the doctor began to mock David again. He said he wanted the bathtub because he wanted to scrub himself. David went up to him and warned him that if he said another word, he'd foam at the mouth and die on the spot. But the doctor just thought David was bluffing. The next thing he knew, he was convulsing and foaming at the mouth. When everyone saw that David could do what he said he would do, they realized that he was a very special man. The second lady immediately asked the butler to prepare a bathtub and warm water. At that moment, when the doctor saw that his friend was killed by David, he immediately started to accuse him of using poison to assassinate the young lady. David retaliated by saying that he would have Miss alive in less than an hour.